so much. This is awesome. This is just awesome with the Ashton, all that, a bag of chips with dip. I came in, I was in awe. I've never seen a sculpture, an ice sculpture of that magnitude, and the room is just absolutely beautiful. But tonight, as you know, each year there is a special humanitarian award that I give. I search high and low for somebody who is a selfless servant for the community. Someone, I like it, someone who has been there, who started from the bottom and worked themselves up. And this is not something that I take lightly. Some of the past recipients has been the Reverend Dr. Freddie James Clark, pastor of the fastest growing mega church in the Midwest. Another person was our former mayor, county assessor, civil servant, retired military Gordon D. Bush. Another person was the first African-American director from the United Way in Francella Jackson. And so it's not something that's lightly. It's somebody who has truly stuck out in the community. And I need some help. I need to borrow a sister. Let me see. Sister Kim, come over here. Amen. Can I borrow a wife? Amen. Amen. First of all, I want y'all to meet, this is my new spiritual adopted sister. She's the wife of my brother. Most of y'all already know him. He's a historic face. And she's also this week deputized to do some undercover work for me. Amen. Because the humanitarian award is going to go to somebody she's very close to, and I needed some history and biography. And so before I introduce him, why don't you just give us a little spiel, a little something special about this person who's especially special to you. Give it up for Mrs. Kim Jones.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. My name is Kim Jones, and just to tell you a little something about Pat. Pat and I have been married for 16 years, come this September. All right. And have known each other for about 40 plus years. All right. We grew up together right across the street from each other on 32nd Street in East St. Louis. Yeah. All right. I grew up in a family, it was 5 girls in my family. And after Pat and I got married, he later joked and said, I knew I was going to marry one of them girls. So I guess I'm the lucky one. Someone said that success is a journey, not a destination. Having a goal, working hard towards that goal, always seeking to do better. Sometimes we have obstacles, but accepting those obstacles and turning in each direction, moving left, moving right, moving up, and moving down. But somehow we get past those obstacles. That's what I want to say about Patrick, who lost his parents at a very young age, and he still continued on. I'm a person, I do read a lot, and I like a lot of quotes, and I believe one of my favorite quotes is about what Abraham Lincoln said. He said, we can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or we can rejoice because thorns have roses. Yeah. One of the greatest lessons I have learned from Pat is to be thankful for each day and live each day to the fullest. I kind of wrote down a little poem that I want to end and sum up what I feel. I was at work one day, and I said, I'm just going to write a little poem and drop it in the mail for Pat. So my poem is entitled, My Love. What a beautiful thing to have a loving husband who works so hard, yet stays so gentle. He makes me laugh, oftentimes with no intentions. He gives his heart from deep within. I cannot complain when times seem tough, because to have him near is always enough. Thank you.
Amen. Would you go and bring your husband up? We got a couple of awards. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome the 2015 Humanitarian Award of the Year to Mr. Patrick A. Jones. Congratulations. When you walked in, you did not know. You did not know. You did not know. Lady Captain, I get the proclamation ready. Can you just say a few words? Amen.
Patrick is my first cousin. My father, who's gone on to be with the Lord, and his mother, who has gone on also, were brother and sister. And so he's kind of been like a little brother to me for a long time because I went to grade school, junior high, and high school with his siblings that were my age, and so we were grandparents' kids. And so we were all at our grandparents' house all the time because we just had a very close-knit family. And so Pastor Brown is always looking for somebody that pours back into others. And I thought about, I said, man, you know, a lot of times we don't give people their flowers while they're here. Yes. And so I've never told Pat, you know, how proud I am of him because he had every reason not to excel. His father, like Kim said, his father died when Pat was like in first grade. Yeah, he was 5 years old. Then his mom passed away 10 years after that. His older brother, his sister, you know, he's had every, and lived in East St. Louis, he's had every reason to say, you know what, okay, I'm going to go to a life of crime, I'm going to do this. But he chose not to do that. He held on to the roots that his mother and father and our grandparents planted in him. And you can see all of it in him. I mean, he is just the epitome of excellence, and it is because of the foundation that was there. So it just goes to show you, when you pour into your children, this is what can happen for you. And I am so proud to call him family. And I want to thank my family and his family there through Kim. Everybody kept it a secret for me, you know, like I'm saying. And let me tell you something, we had a funeral today. We had a cousin that we lost this week, and so we had to go and bury him today and everything. And so we did that, and the whole family still kept the secret. They still kept the secret. We close like that. So I just want to tell Pat, I'm so proud of you. And if y'all haven't seen, he had a big old billboard on the highway. That was my cousin. Proud of you, Pat.
Well, I got a couple of awards before we stand on this side, Pat. I want this on television tomorrow. I want everybody, the whole world to know. Got a couple of awards. Come on, okay. First of all, a proclamation. Patrick A. Jones, whereas Pat is a passionate, prominent premier and probably the most recognized State Farm insurance agent in the region. As Interstate 70 travelers take notice when encountering his huge billboard photo as they arrive in the city of St. Louis, Missouri. Whereas Pat has remained humble and committed to forever helping others, despite an all-star resume that only a few elite others can park on the premises of proximity. Whereas Patrick A. Jones is a magnificent, matchless mentor and model male, superb spouse to his queen Kim, fabulous, fantastic father and dynamic dad to his darling daughter, Safa, and super sons Logan Avery, a bomb businessman and a selfless servant. Whereas Patrick A. Jones has traveled from the least as it relates to his humble roots and risen to the pinnacle of success in personal, professional, and spiritual achievement at the young age of 46. Whereas Pat, a product of the East St. Louis school system, with potential possibility being predicted with an addendum of adequate at best, Pat persevered progressively in shattered statistics and predictions by transforming declared devastations into stepping stones for elevation. Whereas Pat graduated from one of the most prominent universities in the country, University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana, began his 20-year journey as a professional insurance agent and excelling to become a State Farm agent of his own after 5 years and extending into elite professional insurance affiliation as a member of the National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors. Whereas Patrick A. Jones has exemplified a huge humanitarian heart which has rich roots and relentlessly resonates with anyone blessed to connect with him in any and every capacity, whether it be family, friend, or stranger, as he has sponsored, hosted, and assisted countless persons with his service and support, from coaching the Redbird rookies and softball coach to serving as a member of the Grace Chapel School Board, the North County Business Association, and Ferguson Church of Christ, just to name a few. Now, therefore, I, Pastor Willie D. Brown, declare on this day, Saturday, April 11th, in the year 2015, as Patrick A. Jones Day at the Faith House. On this day in your life, legacy, and history, congratulations, 2015 Humanitarian Patrick A. Jones. Now, brother, you already have so many credits and so many accolades. I said, how can I give you something that you don't have? And I Googled and I searched the internet and I went all over and I found one thing that you don't have. Hollywood has an Oscar for its best. So now Hollywood, one thing he does not have is an own Oscar with his name on it. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you for the 2015 Humanitarian Award, Oscar goes to Patrick A. Jones, starting April 11, 2015. Come on, give it up for Patrick A. Jones. Mrs. Jones, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones. Congratulations, amen, amen, amen. That's some remarks. You are shocked and surprised. And Kim, you are the best detective. CSI need to be calling you. They need to be calling you. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the son representing to others, the husband of this queen, the father of those fantastic children. All of the Jones children, stand up. Let them see who y'all are. Come on, don't stand up, let them know. Yeah, come on, yes, stand up, let them know. You are the Jones team. Everybody want to be like the Jones. All my life I've been hearing, keeping up with the Jones. I finally met the Jones. Patrick A. Jones.
You know what, I'm gonna kill a couple of people after that. I'm sorry, but this totally is a surprise. So anybody who thought I had an inkling of anything that's going on, I didn't. But, you know, I've been here before, and I've seen some of the people who have accepted this. And I've always looked at, wow, I think last year, I was on the back of the program last year. See, I ain't even on the back of the program. And I was like, wow, this is the big thing. But, you know, when I look around the room, a lot of things like what Kitty said, it's Kitty. I call it Kitty. Y'all call it that, and I call it Kitty. Kitty, okay. Yeah, that's Kitty. I was a young man who I always looked to mentors and people who would guide me in the right direction. Like Kitty said, I was 5 years old when my father passed, and I was 13 when my mother passed. Yeah. And I never forget, I had a professional counselor, and nothing against any professional counselors that have been in here, but they sat down and they looked me in the eyes and said, you statistically are going to go to jail. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. You statistically are not going to make it. And that changed my life. Yes, yes. But even before that, I think being a child of God changed my life. Yeah, all right. Because I had a foundation. It starts with Reverend Griffin. I see Reverend started right there. You know, Reverend Griffin, he's been a mentor to a lot of us from little, 2 and 3 and 4 years old. I'll never forget. My in-laws are here. See, a lot of people don't realize I grew up across the street from my wife. Okay, and we've been knowing each other all our life. I mean, all our life. She's a little older than me, but we don't talk about it. But I always joke and to say I drove across the street from 5 girls and gonna marry one of them. I ain't got to go far. But people like Mr. and Mrs. Burkhead growing up. I remember when I told Mr. Burkhead I'm gonna marry one of your daughter, he asked me how long it would take to grow them greens because I got to take care of his daughter. You got to get you a garden and some greens and okra. But one thing, you know, I'm always actually talking to the youth. And one thing I try to stress to the youth and to everybody here, you never know what kind of effect you have on somebody else.
Yes.
And you have to always be positive and steer them in the right direction, because that's what helped me.
Yeah.
Along the way, a lot of people have always told me, you know what, someday you're going to be somebody. Someday you're going to be somebody. And if you would have told me at 11, 12 years old I'd have my picture on the billboard, what do you mean on the billboard? Because it, you know, and we've been places and people walked up to us and said, "Is that you on that billboard?" You don't see many black men on the billboard.
Right.
Yeah. And so I want to appreciate and thank Kitty, Pastor Brown, and my wife. She been carrying around this notebook all week. I should have looked at it. But that's when, you know, when you have the love of each other, you don't look at it. There's something going on. I knew something going on, but it's all right. But I want to say thank everybody who came out tonight. I appreciate your word. Trust me. Sometimes, like you said, you give your flowers while you're here.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do things tirelessly.
Yeah.
You go and you go and you go. And you don't think much about it. And people say thank you and you keep going. And you keep doing it because you do what you do.
Yeah.
But I want to thank Pastor Brown and everybody, because it feels good when you know that somebody recognizes the thing that you do.
Yeah.
And the work that you do is not going in vain. And bottom line is, keep striving, keep believing in God. You know what? I've been speaking all day today because, like she said, we buried a cousin today. And one of the things my cousin taught me before he passed away, he said, you know what? I made up my mind that we serve an awesome God.
Yeah. Amen.
And
Amen.
one of the things he used to always tell me growing up, he said, if you make any decision in your life, you follow Christ.
Yes.
That's what he told me.
Yeah.
And I kept that as a forefront. And we continue to do that every day, my wife, my family, and everything. And so, thank you. I appreciate it. I love y'all. And we're going to keep doing what we're doing. All right?
All right.
Good man. Right before we go, I don't use, we won't have you sing next year. Amen. But Brother Mike, that has Kim on it. When I get off to work, I like to let them know that I appreciate the work that they've done. And since you were such a dynamic detective for us, I truly wanted to just say thank you. So, Mrs. Kim Jones, thank you. He picked the best girl across the street, and she picked the best king on the street. Give it up to the Jones family. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Congratulations again.